My win, I believe, is going to be an ongoing win for me here. And actually, I felt like I should maybe share this with you guys anyway this morning, even before you asked us to share a win today. I've really been fighting the whole, as you know, Melissa, I've been fighting the whole be seen, do the videos, get out there, whole dynamic. And I've been aware for a long time that there has been what feels like a little bit of a wet blanket over my heart and mind when I think about doing that. And I've been aware that, I grew up in a household where it was fairly non-communicative. We were, it was a stable family. Honestly, I'm so thankful we didn't have horrendous abuse and things that I hear about every day. So I was thankful for that. However, there was just this pervasive, shame thing that was in sort of in the atmosphere, and especially through my mom. So I've been so aware of that. And so I know that there's something about that that's been holding me back, to just be able to go out and do what I need to do with all my marketing things. So I've been journaling about it. And yesterday, when I was journaling about it, I just asked Holy Spirit a different question, I guess, than I've ever asked, just to reveal to me, what is the deal with my childhood and those messages that I got and all of that. And I heard, ask ChatGPT about your German heritage. And oh my word. So I just said to ChatGPT, what are some of the characteristics or dynamics that happen when you grow up in a family, in a German family? And it, of course, spit out this whole thing, right? But I won't share it all, but it gave me seven different points. And the first point was called the weight. Well, let me just say this. It says, when looking at the dynamics and characteristics that can keep people of German descent feeling small, as though it isn't safe or acceptable to thrive, be seen, or succeed, it often ties into cultural, historical, and familial patterns that get passed down sometimes subconsciously. Here are a few themes that show up. And the first one says the weight of historical guilt and shame. Post-World War II, Germans carried and still carry the collective burden of shame for the atrocity of the Nazi regime.
Wow.
Many families internalized the belief that standing out or drawing attention to oneself could be dangerous. Success or pride might feel like arrogance, and arrogance is unconsciously linked into destruction. And then this line just hit me like a ton of bricks. This can manifest in later generations as better not shine too brightly mentality.
Wow.
And all 7 points have that, it's like work hard, do your duty, but don't boast. Playing small rather than risking failure. Don't make waves, stay safe by being invisible, suppress your desires. So all of this is rooted in the generational German dynamic.
Wow.
And I totally believe that. So then it gave me, of course it always says, would you like me to do this, right? So then it gave me the 7 positives about growing up in a German home, which was very interesting to look at, just the strengths about that. Then it gave me a reflection for thriving. And so basically it's a declaration that says, I honor those who came before me, their struggles, their silence, their survival. I acknowledge the burdens of shame, fear, and restraint that were carried for generations. And today I choose to carry forward their strength, not their smallness. I release the belief that it's unsafe to shine. I release the fear that thriving is arrogance. I release the resilience that keeps my gifts hidden, on and
Wow.
on. Then
Wow.
it gave me a daily affirmation, just a little short one. I'm free to shine. My thriving is safe. My success blesses others. I honor my ancestors by living fully. And then it gave me one word for 7 days of daily thriving affirmations to say. And so it was just very interesting as I read that, it totally resonated with me. And even as I started to read the affirmations, again, I'm a believer in being able to obviously speak truth, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And I could tell this just was yesterday, and I could tell that that's going to shift something for me.
Wow.
So then I was sharing it with a client, and and again a male that his dynamic was German and Danish. And so his wife said to me, I'd be interested in seeing what the Danish was. So I looked that up last night and sent that to her, and it is so what he is struggling with.
Wow.
So I just thought, I mean, who'd have thought Chat GPT would
Yes.
be my answer to
Yeah.
what I've been struggling with all these years, to try to figure out what the root of that is.
Mm.
And I'm just encouraged to recognize that, yeah, I can pray through it differently. I can break that differently in terms of the way that I'm engaging with the truth about that, because it isn't that I don't know the truth.
Yeah.
There's just been this missing thing,
Mm.
right?
And
Um,
that's just so powerful when we write with the Holy Spirit or we work with Him, that He uncovers that and He shows us, and He even works through AI to
yeah,
speak to our hearts and give us what we need. He's not
yeah,
limited.
yeah,
So I love that. I love that. What a big breakthrough for you, Glenda. That's awesome.
yeah. Now, don't expect too much from me.
But you're going to stop playing small, right?
I am going to stop playing small. And then I would say, you know, our gracious, gracious God, yesterday I received an Instagram message that was just encouraging to my heart, and two emails, like I know I need to be bigger. I know I need to be out there. I know that. So anyway, I shared that to say, hopefully, like if that's something that any of you are struggling with too. I mean, it was definitely worth the 2 minutes it took me to ask AI the question and get some of those affirmations that I can say. And it just feels like that there is a breakthrough coming for me on that.
Yeah.
Because it's like even my family that love me and support me, I feel like they're just always pulling me back and holding me back. And even when I did a book signing at home last November, they're supportive, but it's like, but Glenda, don't get this into your head. Like you're not all that, It's just that whole dynamic of, stay small, don't be seen, don't shine, right? So,
And the truth is, Jesus says, you are the light of the world.
right.
And He says, don't hide that light under a bushel because that light needs to be seen.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
what you carry is important for someone else. It matters. You going out there and being yourself and even being here and sharing your experience, this is what will help someone else to get over that thing that's holding them back.
Hmm.
And that's the amazing thing about just being obedient and letting your light shine. It starts helping other people get out of that dark place too.